Best intro in the world, hands down.
It's DJ's Talk, man. It's 8 o'clock on Tuesday. Hey,
You know what we here to do.
this
You
is
know why we here.
they know.
Everybody tuning in, welcome to DJ's Talk. It's Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. You know, we come together once a week just to connect. You know, we all had long weekends for the most of us that are working. For those that aren't DJs and are promoters, club owners, I know y'all had long weekends as well. We just come together Tuesday nights to just chop it up.
I pulled up on 3 DJs on Friday.
That's a
I
fact.
will continue to pull up on cats if I'm
Hashtag DJs support DJs.
all day.
More than just a hashtag, it's a movement. That's what we're doing out here, man. That's for anybody. Anybody, when we're off, if you're DJing somewhere, we may pull up on you.
Pull up.
Just cuz.
Just
Why
'cause.
not? Why not?
It's free.
It is free to support. Y'all seen the post going around. Come on.
Share the link, please. Especially if you're a DJ, to a group, to your page, to another DJ. Just share it. We have to do our local shout outs of the week.
Got it.
This is the thing. Okay, everybody knows I'm a Cowboy fan.
Ooh.
So if you're at a venue, I'm spinning at, even a private event.
Uh-oh.
Weddings, probably not. But if you're at an event, you have to deal with me all football season. So shout out to CD Lamb, who signed his agreement,
He signed.
and the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, I'm going to say we're going to the Super Bowl. Of course, I'm saying we're going to win the NFC East. Not having a clue, but that's my shout out for the week.
Hey, I'm not mad at the shout out.
Let me be great.
Y'all signed somebody. It's a good sign. Mine pretty simple, man. Shout out to VMFA. I had an opportunity to DJ a wedding there on Sunday, and just the venue in itself, the fact that they transformed the room, all the help, all the security, everything was on point, man. Just very seamless, not a lot of complications there. So shout out to VMFA, man. And people booking the VMFA.
That's a nice venue.
Yeah, it's very nice. I ain't mad at it.
I'm not a fan of the load, and I like the load when you're outside better than when you have to go inside.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, because you just run up a sidewalk. It's a long walk, but
it is if they don't let you in the back in the loading area, right?
Yeah. What's up, Dwayne?
What up, Wheezy and the Wheezy F baby, and the F stand for fan. I'm gonna leave him alone, man. I'm gonna let him tell y'all the story. He had some gigs this past week too. We gonna leave it at that. Loading is definitely different at the VMFA.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. So you gig it all this past weekend? I know we ain't talked much about it. You said you.
Oh no,
hung out on Sunday.
No, Friday I didn't. Saturday I had a birthday party. 60th,
nice.
I think 60th or 70th. Shout out to her name was Jazz, who just showed off and showed out. She had man, I wish I could show you. I do actually. I have a video. I'm videoing everything.
All right, y'all. This is a first right here. I get to the venue, and keep in mind, I didn't make this. So I get to the birthday party. This is my spot. I had to move the table out the way because I'm gonna use my own table. But this is the spot. So the client has got a lot of stuff custom made, and I had no idea. Yo, this stuff is crazy, bro. She went all out. You see your boy and a shirt. She got a shirt custom made, and of course I'm gonna wear it. And she grabbed this picture from somewhere, that's the standard. But we got this, and I'm gonna find somewhere to plug it up. You know how I'm gonna find some usage out of it as another one somewhere. And another one, a clock with my name on it. So I'm gonna find somewhere to plug that up. Yo, shout out to Jazz, man, birthday party.
She had a custom jacket with my name on it, a custom shirt with my name on it. She had the USBs where you plug the, plug the things and they light up or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I didn't have a USB because I got the Mac with the USB-C, but she had about 5 or 6 custom made items just laid out there. When I'm like, she went all the freak out.
Said it won't super packed, but
oh, hold on, wait a minute. Pause.
Dang, I thought he was gonna slide past that.
No way. Pause. Y'all, I know y'all saw the video.
The crab balls are good. Again, the song is
but I wanted to display in that moment the energy that you were bringing, no matter who was there, no matter who was drinking, no matter who was eating, no matter who was in the bathroom or not, the energy. And then the one move.
Come on, man, the arm. It's the song drop,
dude.
5 or 5,000, bro. We gotta party. We gotta give the energy. We gotta produce the environment in which we would like other people to enjoy, man. It's a good season. Like I said, it's been a good start to a week. We gonna keep it rolling this upcoming week. You got any gigs? Before we jump into these questions.
Friday, I'm the crab. Somebody called me the crab man this week.
You the crab man this weekend. What you mean? You had to think about it. I knew.
No, just crab Friday. Ocean crab on Saturday. And I have a private event for I have a 10-year-old birthday party.
Saturday. You out here going. You talk about me. I'm with it, man. Like I said, this weekend for me, what I got? That wedding Friday down in Hampton. So I'm taking a road trip. And then Saturday, going back to my alma mater. Shout out Ferrum College. I will be pulling up on the new students.
Hey, if somebody's out there DJing on Thursday, post it. Because you know
what you got going on.
Man, you already know. We'll put the cars in motion and we pulling the
boop
up. But DJs talk and some of the things. I mean, we need to be educated. We want to know. I want opinions. I want views. I want it all. I'm greedy. I want it all. Give me
everything.
I'm sticking you up for your info right now. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Come on. We need it.
I'm gonna let you start it out.
So first, we got. Do you think your city respects DJs the way they should? So do you feel like as a patron, as a DJ, do you feel like they respect the DJs the way they should?
What's your opinion on it, Mr. DJ Hammer?
I think that in order to get respect, you have to give respect. I've heard different things about my specific city, Richmond currently, about whether or not the venues respect DJs or the people. I feel respected out here now. I can't say it was always like that. I mean, I focused on the people who did respect me, not the ones who didn't. I think that was the difference for me. Like I never, even before I moved to Richmond, I wasn't looking to get all of the 7.5 respect. I was looking to give people the talent and the energy that I was given. You know what I mean? I think on a majority scale, I think that the vast majority of the DJs are getting respected. I have conversations with a lot of DJs, to be completely honest, because that's something that is important to me. You know what I mean? So the ones that I do talk to, they may have issues with their venue or their owner, you know what I mean? But it's nothing that can't be talked through, you know what I mean? And it's not on a large scale.
Okay, it's Raquel McKeever. I like that first name. When the DJs are kicking and rocking, yes, but when the crowd is not feeling them, they are not going to get they're going to get a bad rap as being back. DJs are the sell of every party. Okay, I agree with that. So you got to bring it. Once the people feel you, you're good. Richmond does respect our DJs, though I get out there to know. Well, I think I know where she's going with it.
Yeah, absolutely. How about yourself, man?
No, I'm 50-50 on it. I think the city in a whole does respect the DJs. To flip it, you know.
Yep. You gotta see both sides, man.
Gotta flip it. I don't think DJs give full respect to venues. When you
elaborate.
When you say, for instance, like people, we talked about it, you know, people buy a controller, they play music, they think they're a DJ.
Of course.
They think every person, a restaurant, venue, whatever club is supposed to hire them just because they're a DJ, not fully understanding the business aspect, and the market values and stuff that we talked about.
The other stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So when you say somebody is paying you or not paying you a certain amount for whatever your reason is, you need to be able to back up that reason of it. I think all DJs need to learn going into what we do, you know what I mean? Because it's not easy. Time, you got to put in your time and show your value, period, before you can request XYZ and be able to complain about XYZ.
A great point.
Carlos, I took his directly off of Facebook. He says, I know they don't, but it's up to the community and the community to help and create that change.
I like that. Even with that, being up to the community to help and create the change, like, I don't feel like in any field, not just DJs, but any field, you have everybody 100% on the same page. Whether we talk politics, whether we talking anything external outside of our industry, it's very tough to get everybody in that industry on the same page to move the needle one way or another. You know what I mean? There's no DJs union that I know of out here. You know what I mean? Like, we're not walking up to venues. We're not protesting venues. Like, we're not there yet. Yeah, I do believe that there is a responsibility on the community, and that includes DJs, that includes patrons, that includes the owners.
Subject. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I feel like most DJs get shown more love from other places other than where they're from, and also depending on your style of play.
I'll pull the question out of it. So do you feel like that there are more places where you have to gear to a certain style of play than there are open format places?
That's just hard to answer, bro.
And if that's a hard question, I think a better one may be like, we agree that the style of play around the majority of the places is more top 40 hip hop rap.
I think it would be great if Richmond was receptive to more open format. Let's face it.
That's fair. There is more to an event than just us. It's the best way I'll put it. We're important. We're like up there, but there's other moving parts, I guess is what I'll say.
And I think, us as DJs need to understand that. That's part of the reason why I want to say I'm semi-successful or whatever, because I understand that. But then again, I'm going into it as a team player, not just you better pay me because I'm
here.
Yeah. That's not the ticket.
And we touched on that a couple of weeks ago, actually, talking about being there to build the venue or just to be there to get paid. And both are fine. It's just one, I believe, has longevity, and the other one is just kind of temporary.
If you're a good DJ and you go to these different cities and you put your best set together, you're delivering your best that night because you know what works, what has worked repeatedly in your city, and you hit somebody else in another city with that particular great set, you look like a freaking superstar.
I agree with that. And I think that's why, like, at least myself, I encourage DJs, bro, get outside your city.
Yeah.
Get outside your city, network with DJs outside of your city and chop it up and see if you can curate an event where you can come out or they can come here. Like, build that bridge. A set that you do here that is fire, that you know is fire, that don't get the reaction somewhere else could go up. Seen it happen.
If you were a business owner, how much per hour would you pay your DJ? I think I know what the average is going to be, but I want to know the reasons why.
Your response, we got a 150.
50 per hour. Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. That 150 per hour, 4-hour set in a club, or for a...
Let's narrow it so we don't got too many variables. Let's go with 4 hours. I know average is probably about 5. You got a 9 to 2, but realistically, we're looking 10 to 2 if we're talking a 4-hour club set.
Okay, so the 150 being 600 for 4 hours. Well, wow. Hopefully,
so back to the 150. Yeah, let's go back to the 150 for a second. If we're talking 150 for the 4 hours, we're looking at $600. I don't see too many people getting $600 at the club unless you're established and you have that set up that way.
Unless you have a guaranteed following. I mean, guaranteed.
Unless you are established and have it set up that way, like I mentioned, is all I'll say. If you discuss with an owner what you are looking to get, you know what you're going to make.
Fair.
I'm not saying you always get it. Again, of course not.
I would be concerned about our pricing
Yourself.
myself in comparison to if you really want the business. If
That's
you really
real.
want,
That's
you
real.
know, I don't think anyone is going into it with that rate being a collaborative team if they have a well-oiled machine already.
Right.
If somebody's coming from zero to work up to that point, I think it can be worked up to. But then again, play the caveat. Some people will allow you to work their club up and get their club to where they wanted to be or close to where they wanted to be, and then they're looking to the next person to bring that 600 down to the 400s to the 350s. I've
That makes sense.
experienced that.
That makes sense.
That's kind of the way I look at it. Because I have gotten it, but I wouldn't expect it on a regular basis.
There it is.
So right now, when you look at if you're packing a venue and you're at that rate, they don't look back. But ups and downs of clubs, restaurants, and so forth. When you got that off night times 2 times 3, and you're looking at 600 times 4, that's 2,400. That's just a bottom line number that I don't think most Richmond clubs are able to handle. I don't think.
You added the regular part. The question is, if you were a business owner, how much would you pay a DJ? Doesn't say regularly.
On a regular basis, you'd already
say regularly.
And I just posted something that Travis posted. Again, he would never pay the DJ by the hour. He would pay for his overall service and not sell on the hours. If you're at a club or if you're at a club, you got to set the hours to me. Out of the kindness of your heart, if you're having fun,
yeah,
you can do what you want to do, afterwards, whether they compensate you or not. But a lot of us, we might have something afterwards.
Of course.
So you gave me a 4-hour window, and it did that 401, 402 minute mark. That's going to be a problem because I've dedicated my time and
Okay, so you're talking about like an earlier gig and having to get to something else possibly.
Well, I think it should be set what I'm going to be paid, what I'm expected to get paid for an hour, not the caveat of the if we haven't ordered. No.
I want to do the other side of this. So we have a night. All right, we talking about 4 hours still. It's a 10 to 2. I got 300 for the DJs.
Okay,
this is what I pay my DJs here. We're 10 to 2. That's the club night.
Okay,
what about that needs to be broken down hourly? I guess, but no, I mean. Yeah, but I understand your perspective as well. With I don't want to give you my time, the 4 hours, I guess, without it being a scheduled time frame. Because if you're telling me for a night without specifying, like you said, that 401, 405, I gotta go. Why am I still playing? Kind of thing. I feel you.
Picture this: you do it 1 week, you become a regular. That 405 becomes 415, becomes 430 because you did that, and that's the expectation they have from you. Oh, he'll be here if they're rocking. That expectation is set, but he's gonna bend and twist simply because he's done it before. That's what I really don't like running into. I'd rather going to a venue plan and they say, no Mark J if it's over at 10 o'clock at 9:59. You know what's coming on. I don't want to leave, but I gotta go right now. For real. I'll play songs while I'm cleaning up. I might have one speaker unplugged. I might be pushing down the car, and it's still
that's for sure.
And I do that.
But again, you're still playing music. There's still music going. And agreed, exactly.
Okay, DJs aren't.
Don't hurt them, Rob.
Aren't most people?
We're not most people, comma.
Oh, okay. Aren't most people? This requires talent, skill, strategy. Pay them what they're worth.
Pretty much.
The interpretation of worth from whomever is hiring you is that's the only thing.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Which is why communicating your worth is just as important. But yeah.
Private gigs, most of the time, people, especially if they're referral, they already know what you're bringing. They know your worth.
That's a good point too.
If you're throwing out a lead, like on, say, for instance, weddings or they really have no clue. They're basically going off of your Facebook, your Instagram, your marketing,
and reviews. Yep.
So whatever.
Again, whatever you're still dealing with the perspective of that person. Like what their perspective of what a DJ should possess or bring to the table is still at play here.
Yeah.
So I feel it.
When doing private parties, you should definitely do by the hour. Okay. Best believe if you're rocking and it's almost time for the party to end, 9 times out of 10, they're going to ask you to keep it going. All right.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Say for instance, you have a private party that's 4 to 8.
Fair.
When you're booking that, this is what I do. Matter of fact, I just told somebody a consultation I had earlier today. It was a wedding. He said, well, he don't know if he wants to do 5 or 6 hours. If it's early, I probably need to know. Reason being that I can book something, and I don't want your time disrespected, nor the person that's hiring me's time disrespected, who's allocating that time frame right then.
Yeah.
So it's for you have to have some kind of expectation of the end time, and then that is negotiable based on what they want to pay you at that point in time, or whether you just want to stay because you trying to holler at the girl that's at the bar.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, but that minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15, 30 minutes afterwards, that's can't be negotiated, but you definitely have to
Anything over 15 minutes.
yeah.
Anything over 15 minutes is considered overtime in my book. Everybody can set that on their own. It's kind of how I feel. Like, it's 15 minutes is at least 3 songs. That means that you knew we were done because I told you and I communicated it to you that we are coming up on that time. Yup. Bottom line.
That extra hour quote, it does. But
Go ahead.
you have to explain it to them, especially at a wedding. They definitely understand. Private events.
I like this part.
Well, no, okay. Peep this. If you hit me with a 60th or 70th birthday party, unless there's a whole lot of sentimental things that y'all have to do,
Right.
all that young kids parties and 60 and above, people are not partying for 4 hours straight. We know that. But hey, does a customer appreciate you saying, you know what? Hey, this is what I would do. Based on my experience, this is what I suggest. You hit them with that 3 hour quote and then let them take you to 4 hours.
Yep.
And then you can hit them different all they want them. Hit them with a left, right. That's on them. It's not, but I'm giving them my professional suggestion.
Fair. I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm gonna piggyback on Sean's point here.
Okay.
His extra time is a time and a half, right? So in correlation with what you're saying is talking to them like, hey, 3 hours is perfect amount of time for a party. Them deciding at the point of the party to be like, hey, I mean, like, we would really want an extra hour. That's a time and a half. So I see where the benefit is. So I agree. Like, if you start off with saying, all right, this time frame makes sense because they ain't gonna be dancing that whole time. Like, y'all got these other things. Y'all don't have too much planned. So the people, in my experience, normally dance for an hour, hour and a half, blah, 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 whatever it is. It's not to convince them to pay you for an extra hour. It's more so because you understand the logistics of what we're doing.
You left it open-ended and it's on them.
Yes.
You know, and then again, they understand it because some people think about, you know what, you're right. Cool. And then 5 hours, 3 hours, that gives me the opportunity to do something afterwards if I need, to make it a great money day. But if not, it condenses my time. I'm targeting, I'm understanding the assignment and going directly at what I need to go to. Say, for instance, you don't have a gig. It's still up for negotiation and you can go for the time and a half. You can say, you know what, I can stay, but my rates are XYZ.
Yep.
They can say yes or no. And when they, when clients are drinking and they're having an awesome time.
Yeah.
Normally, you will get paid more than time and a half.
And how right, I feel you on that. Like, I think most events or parties are longer than you would consider something that doesn't have, like, I don't know, moments, I guess, speeches and stuff like that. I think with club nights, it's a little different than private gigs, obviously. Like, people are there all night, in and out, flowing kind of thing.
I think, and I hope anybody on the motorcycle club listening to this one, but I think we've spoiled them because they do have longer parties.
That's good.
But they still need to be calculated hourly. The last couple I did for Petersburg, they were accustomed to paying a different rate. And then I had to break it down because, number one, you got to have mad sound in there because there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But then again, when you say a lot of people, you know for a fact what they're getting. Not that you're calculating it, but
you are. You should be.
Well, I mean, not necessarily, because if you're saying per hour, I know what I need to bring for sound, or do I need to hire sound? So I'm putting that at the front, and I'm also giving them a quote for that, letting them know this is what I need to make your party pop. And they may think about it, and then they sign that paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you execute and deliver, best believe they know what to expect. So if you get that call, that's what the expectation is. Are you gonna need sound? You're gonna need, the hours
Yeah, but I don't think everybody breaks that down to their clients. And that's kind of where we're at, right? Like, if you're coming from somebody who don't give them that rundown and just accepts whatever they say their budget is or whatever it is, then we got to backtrack and express to them, hey, I'm bringing this. You got this many people. Like, this is the amount of time that I'm actually DJing. I'm also bringing mics. You know what I mean? Like, the value at that point is then communicated and you can grow from there.
You said it right.
We as a whole, I think it's way easier to have the transparent conversation and then have them give us their transparency back and then find a middle ground that works for you or not.
Carlos is stupid.
Hey, man.
He's stupid. Los, you
Hey, look, hey, it's a smart man. You ain't never had that question before?
Of course.
All right, I'm just making sure somebody, like, there's a restaurant. It was like, you too pricey. What'd you sell mixes for?
This is one thing, and I'm talking to everybody on
Do it. I'm clipping
everybody on here. We talk, say for instance, we talking this rate stuff right now. It's our fault that people's expectation is to pay so much lower than a low rate. Let's just say a low rate for a DJ.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Because I've said it, that next phone call makes a difference. If I give them, we start with you. Okay,
let's do it us. Yeah,
they call you and you give them $100.
Right.
Mediocre conversation because they call around. You the first, you that first phone call.
Hit me first, right? Yeah.
Okay. So whether that's an advantage or a disadvantage, because I don't know how much you talk to them, how much you've broken that you can do for them.
How much you know them. Yeah.
Right. They call me $125 out. But I'm able to break it down. No, I'm sorry. I say 200. I say 200. I double your price.
Yep.
And I'm able to break it down. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this. My presentation is going to be this. Blah, 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 blah. I've given myself the opportunity to let them know what the value is of what I'm bringing to the table. Yep. So where is the happy medium between the value and the price? Because I've doubled your price.
Yep.
Doubled.
Yeah.
Or have they even given me the opportunity to, well, I can't speak for myself because I'm trying to give the value first before I even give a price.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of, I can't.
It's promo.
Yeah.
That's why it's just a hypothetical. We can use us for a hypothetical. We know this isn't our business practices or our numbers.
You know,
so yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the advantages that I have because, and you know, and I'm telling y'all, giving price first is the biggest mistake you can give. I mean, you can do.
I think so.
Because you're not even giving you're cutting yourself so short and you can't even explain your value. And if you're doubling the price and you don't have any value or you ain't doing nothing extra, yeah, it's a consumer. They know how to go somewhere and be like, oh well, so and so said this. Yeah. But they call you, hey, yeah, my price is $100, you know, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you know, but if I take them through the motions, hey, you know, ask them all the necessary questions.
Even if they lead with how much are you charging?
Everybody,
it is very easy to not answer that question and get into what I can provide.
Right.
And then get back to the question.
They respect you way more when you do that.
Yeah, because the customer is always right, but later. You know what I mean? Like we can discuss that after I can tell you what it is that I am bringing to your event.
If you take the time to let them know what value you're going to bring to their event, what you're offering, and let them make the decision.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter who's on the other end of that phone. It's up to them to say, you know what, I have value in that person. Or some people, no matter what your value is, their budget is what it is. They're going back to that $100.
And that's fine. You'll never know if it's because you got undercut or because they found another DJ. Like, either way, we don't know.
This podcast didn't exist 15, 20 years ago. Not too many DJs pull other DJs to the side and educate. I had to learn the hard way. Only a couple of guys.
I think, truthfully, I think that's why I'm here, Mark. Like, that's why I was so, honored to be asked to co-host, because this didn't exist. We didn't have a place that we could go, know when it's happening, and ask questions, get them answered, and apply it to our businesses before the weekend. That didn't exist. It didn't exist for me. I'm pretty sure it didn't exist for you. And if this platform in
Yeah,
these
you trying to say,
moments,
bro?
bro. I mean, look, I don't know, man. Look, my man's Glow said it didn't exist for him either. And he said 15, 20 years. So I just assumed that you was older than me. But anyway, back to my beautifully clipped moment that he just jacked up.
Oh my god.
No, but no, I think that it's important, man. Like, I think I agree that you should be able to reach out to those couple of guys. Like he said, he only had a couple of guys that say stuff to him. I think Jesus, yo, but I think that this is the spot where you can, so you don't got to worry about getting blown off by the people with the ego that ain't really trying to put you on game because they scared you're gonna take their spot. You don't got to worry about that here. It's transparent. It's true conversation. I think that's what I want to provide because that is the only way we break the stigma, the misconceptions about how it goes out here, all that stuff, man. Like, you can't do it if you're not having the conversation. And most people ain't willing to have the conversation because they're scared somebody gonna take their spot.
Yep, there it is. Just, I think the reason why I wanted to start it is because number one, trust.
Yeah,
and then again, so many people ask me these questions. I don't want everybody to trust what the hell I say. I don't. I wanted to come from people like you. I wanted to come from the chat. I want people to chime in because if they have something different to say or can make it better,
please
throw it in there.
You know, in the same industry, right? Yeah.
All I can do is tell you what I do. You know what I mean? That's it. And some things work. A lot of things work. Some things don't work. We can't be just the DJs, like you're saying, worried about the next person trying to take your spot. Y'all see me supporting DJs. That's time. That's fun to me. But then again, people see that. And when people see that, they know we talk. This is DJs talk. So if you're undercutting, if you know the person that you are undercutting and you do it purposely, you suck.
Yeah. Oh man, that's what goes without saying, man.
You suck. You suck.
And whatever the reason is, it happens.
Yeah.
But what I will say is make yourself marketable, make your product marketable to the point where that one undercut don't stop you from doing what you need to do or achieving the goal that you're looking to get to. Because I don't believe that one person will be able to undercut you every single time. If you put on a good product, create clients, book clients from your clients, and continue to follow up and treat people the right way, can't nobody stop you from creating money in this thing, man.
That's right. You halfway answered the question I put up too.
I ain't even peep. But yeah.
How do you establish yourself after moving?
DJ Joey Duval.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thankfully had to move to a new state since I started DJing. I have moved to a new city. You know, I used to be down in 7-5 and moved up to Richmond. Right. So it was different. It was definitely back to, like when I started, I'm around here carrying a speaker around and just dragging my controller with me to see who's throwing a party just to pop up. Like, that's how it was. If you want me to be completely real, it was getting out here and just who's throwing a party. Like, they need music, they need a DJ. I don't care what they charge, like whatever. To get noticed enough to be in a space, like shout out the Military Retirees Club for First Fridays when I first got here. Like, that's where I started. You know what I mean? So it took building a name amongst the people outside to even get your name in the rooms that you weren't even allowed in because they don't know you. It's a buzz.
It is. If I was a new DJ, what I would do, like you said, find out what's going on and hang around DJs and talk to DJs and kind of understand. Like if you come from Jersey or New York, whatever, this is a whole different market, and you have to understand Richmond. You have to, especially if it's Richmond, you have to understand Richmond. You know, you can get work. If you're a wedding DJ, I think it's easier. Marketing, get on Facebook, put out some content, and hope you get the lead. But as a regular DJ, that people have to know who you are. They want to know who you are.
Yeah.
To accept you before you even play your first record. It's crazy to me.
They just want to know.
For
example, this is an example, Sean. He said his definition of undercutting, it sounds like, is, hey, Mark, J charged this, so I'm going to charge less. But is it undercutting if you charge your amount and offer more than my rate, right? but I cut a little off of my rate. Is it undercutting you? Because I don't know what your rate is. So I get his question.
If it's intentional and only you know what is if it's intentional.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can live with that answer.
I mean, because number one, I'm not me personally, I'm not asking what the next person's charging.
No.
So I ask, hey, have you been shopping around? Yes, and I like that. So they have something to compare me to.
That makes sense. And to elaborate, I must have got what Sean was trying to say a little confused. So what he's saying is like if your package entails more things, whether you have uplights, so you charge a higher rate, right? And he don't own uplights, so he charges his rate.
Right.
Is that still undercutting?
No, you have to express the value. You give them a pack. Okay, if you call me,
yep.
And
hey, Mark J, can you DJ 4 hours for me?
I'm asking a bunch of questions.
Of course. What is it? Where is it? Like all the details.
And the first thing I do is say, let me send you this inquiry link.
That is a nugget.
Fill that out. And as soon as you send that to me, I'll evaluate the information. I'll call you so we can talk you through the event and I can get you the accurate price quote. Now, the inquiry link has
those questions.
Do you want uplights? Do you want photo booth? Do you want dancing on the clouds? Do you want a frog to jump off the damn ceiling to greet you when you get there at your party? All of those things are there. So I think they're interested in. And it gives them something to think about because they're not, that gets their mind off of just price. They're looking at value when they see all those things that you offer. And if you don't, and you go straight to DJ service, that's where you're stuck at.
That's where you at. Right.
And the next phone call, what are they comparing you to? Straight to DJ service.
Yes, sir.
Because they don't want those items. So you've given yourself the opportunity to present that stuff because you put that at the forefront, opposed to trying to do it after the fact. And then worrying about because they have that $100 in their mind that's
the number.
Yeah. So that's
the number for DJ, like caveman talk, like that number for DJ. Like they don't think about nothing else, like uplights. They don't think about your presentation. Like if you don't share it with them.
Ain't it beautiful when they start asking questions? Well, what do uplights look like? What does
that? I start sending pictures of this is my gig bar. Look at that. Look at this gig bar promo video that somebody else had to make so I can show you. Like it don't cost you nothing. Just if they don't know you have it though, you can't promote it, which means you can't increase your value.
They've called 2 or 3 people, and I can say, hey, you know what? I'm $100 or $25 more than this person. Let me, take a look at, what I offer, blah, 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 blah. And I think my process is working.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And
we, as we're supposed to be as DJs, do better to increase our value.
Are you asking me to start?
I
think you should go for it, man. I mean, I have opinions, but we'll wait for the chat. One thing I'll just jump in on something that somebody said earlier, K Sparks. Shout out K Sparks. He was like professionalism. You know what I mean? But yeah, professionalism, man. Like
there you go.
I think everybody can get better on that.
Dude, I'm still stuck on the fact that DJing is just not it, and whether it is a hobby or whether it is a business.
Yeah.
And you have to establish that yourself, because if it's a business, you don't have a choice but to find ways to increase your value. You don't have a choice because people are just moving so fast and it's something new out every day. And people are doing different things every day. So you got to keep up to increase your value. To somebody's point, you have to offer more. If you're doing just DJing and depending on just that DJ rate, that's great. But there's so many things that we can easily do. Uplights. Yeah. Uplights take you about 15-20 minutes to set up.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
It makes the room look good.
It does. It's good for content.
It increases your ticket value. Granted, the upfront cost is not, I think it's well worth the end result in value.
Oh, yeah.
That's just uplight.
That's a good question.
People will see all that stuff that's there. So when you're working, no matter whether it's a wedding or whether it's a party, you're basically advertising yourself for everybody that's in that room. You're a bit like when you're up there, hey, I have business cards, like, okay, at weddings, when I intro, my name is, Marcus.
100%.
Entertainment for the evening, by the end of the night, I'm sure you're going to want my business card. I have them available and I'm plugged.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
Who
plugged.
else gonna plug you? Like, pause. Like, who else gonna promo you at your event?
It's so many different creative ways,
Yes.
Again, not to take everything from us, but take little nuggets and just mix it up, smack it up, flip it, rub it down, and put it in your own words.
You got your own.
Get your own style, do whatever it is that you need to do, but only you can make you better.
It don't require nobody else.
Yeah, that's it.
But you don't know if you don't know, right? DJs talk. That's why we do this.
That's why we do it, brother. That's why we do it. Hey, matter of fact, we had one more, but we're not even gonna go there because it's 9:21 and you said anything over 15 minutes. Somebody said it.
That's hilarious.
Anything over 15 minutes.
This is not a contracted event. This is for the culture. They need this.
They do.
No, it's been good. It's been good. I need this, man.
Yeah, man. Look, it's DJ's Talk. We do it every Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We rock until 9 or 9:21. Whatever. However we do it is how we do it. We are officially out this
weekend.
It's DJ's Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the DJ's Talk YouTube channel and also click the notifications button. It'll definitely help us out. Want to be a guest? You have a question? You want something addressed? Great. Hit us up on social media platforms. You can hit up DJ Mark J or the DJ Hammer. It's the DJ's Talk live podcast every Tuesday, 8 p.m. with DJ Mark J and DJ Hammer.